and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, today I have a tutorial for you all about the 90s. Well, really, it's really the final part of my series for which I never thought of a decent name of, like, you know, makeup advertisement, makeup from different decades. So just like with the other things, I just googled a makeup ad from the time period. I searched 90s makeup ad, and this is the one that stood out to me the most. This one is by Dior, and it's just a very nice look, I think, and I really love the lip color. Moreover, I have a lip color just like it, so that's a good thing. By the way, one fun fact, I was actually born in the 90s. I'm from 1992, so I was 8 when the 90s ended. I gotta say, I don't remember the makeup of the 90s at all. Like, at all. Completely. Like, when I was 8, I wasn't yet into makeup. I was into Pokemon and Power Rangers. So yeah, it was sort of fun to do a makeup look that was actually from the decade that I was a child in. Despite me not remembering much about the makeup from those days. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. As usual, I'm going to start out doing my eyebrows first. Using the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow pencil. And the brows from the 90s, well, at least in the images I saw, were way more natural than we do them now. I gotta admit, natural isn't really something I'm extremely good at. I usually just draw lines and then fill them in, and yeah. The natural brow is to me pretty difficult. But I tried to do it anyway, and it also seemed to be more aimed to the center rather than the upward strokes we try to do now. So yeah, I just did that and just really lightly filled them in basically, then combed them in place, and that's it for now. Then for priming my eyes, I'm going to use the usual, my Maybelline Super Stay Concealer and the Kryolan Translucent powder. And this concealer, for a while I thought it was maybe my eye cream, but I have really noticed that other concealers do actually on my eyelid as well just go very nicely smooth. I don't know if I just got a bad bottle or something, like if it was a bad batch or something, but yeah, as you can see, even on the eyelid mine just doesn't really work well on its own. Like with eyeshadow on top of it is fine, but it just doesn't seem to go smooth ever. But yeah, I just blended it out and then applied powder on top of it. A lot of powder, as you can see me doing here, and it's floating all around. So I'm also going over it with a fan brush just to get the excess powder out of there. Then for eyeshadows, I'm going for the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette. The colors in the image of the advertisement seemed quite warm, and this palette obviously has warm brown shades as well. So yeah, this just seemed the most, you know, like the original image. I'm starting out with a warm transition shade, and I'm pretty much building that up until it's actually visible. Just with a fluffy blender, quite high up, and yeah. I'm also applying that on my eyelid, which is something I'm really not used to. Like, I'm really into dark crease and pale eyelid, like the contrasting thing. But in the image it seems to be more of a very soft brown smoky eye. Then I'm moving on to a darker shade of very warm brown on a dense, slightly more dense blending brush. This just applies the color a little bit thicker and a little bit more precise. And just as with the last color, I'm just slowly building it up until it reaches, you know, the intensity that I'm looking for. I gotta admit, when I'm doing something that's like, you know, from an image, like actually inspired by an image of makeup, I'm way more careful than when I'm just doing something out of my own imagination, because then I'm just winging it, and now it's just, I'm really trying to go for a certain image. But yeah, I'm also using an even darker shade with a pencil brush, the outer side of my upper lash line. And then I decided to go back in with the warm brown shade, like the darker warm brown shade, and just blend a little bit over top of the rest again. I didn't feel like it was quite intense enough, like I wanted it to be a little bit more intense, so I decided to layer it on some more. And then blend it out some more, obviously. These eyeshadows do blend really nicely, by the way. Definitely good quality. Which means I now want more Huda Beauty palettes, so yeah. My bank account isn't happy with that. But anyway, yeah, I also deepened up the little bit of darkness on my lash line there. And then I'm using the palest shade in my inner corner. just to give them a little bit of a natural highlight. Then for my waterline, I wanted to go for nude, but the only nude shade I have is this shiny one by Kiko, which only actually looks nude in a, you know, when the light hits it correctly, because it's shiny. Yep. I still need to buy a regular nude pencil for my waterline. But yeah, for now this will do. And now I'm moving on to mascara. I'm using the Rocher Sexy Pulp mascara. In the image, the woman's eyelashes are nice, but not over the top. They're not extremely thick, they're not extremely voluminous, they're not extremely long, they're just nice and quite natural. So I am curling my lashes and then I'm just applying this mascara. And yeah, this is a very nice, very natural mascara. Like, it's nice, it's dark, it's not clumpy at all. But yeah, it's not completely false lash effect or anything like that. It is actually a mascara I really like a lot in daily life as well. So for primer, I've used something that's actually not a primer. It's the Balea Aqua serum, which is actually a serum, and it does moisturize my skin really nicely. I'm just trying to like use up all my old skincare stuff, because I have this tendency to buy new stuff and then forget about stuff I already had, and yeah. I'm just using those as primers now. For foundation, yeah, the woman in the picture seems to have like completely flawless skin, and yeah, most of my foundations are pretty much full coverage. But today I'm going for the L'Oreal Perfect Match because I haven't used it in a little while. This is the shades 1.5 and Linen. I haven't been using my beauty blender in a bit, so I'm just going to use it again. Above my eyebrow, I'm sliding it more than dabbing it, just to make sure that the line stays nice and tight. And for concealer, I'm going to use the Kiko Skin Tone concealer in the shade 02. In the picture there seems to be quite a lot of natural highlight going on, so we're going to copy that as well. I do gotta say that a beauty blender, I feel, just works quicker than brushes do. But yeah, I don't know, my preference just seems to like switch every few weeks. To keep that highlight nice and intense, I'm going to use the baking method. Always feel like this looks way more dramatic on people with darker skin than me, but trust me, I am piling on the powder. It's just that the powder is pretty much the same shade as my skin color. I'm also putting this where I go oily quickly, which is my complete T-zone and pretty much everything around it. For sculpting, I'm using the Sculpting Touch contour stick by Kiko. Avoiding the powder, obviously. One advice I can give you with this product, by the way, is to really apply it and then blend it out. Like, don't do the Instagram way and just apply it all over your face in stripes and then go blend it out. Because once it's dry and it's just not going to budge anymore. Then it's time for the powder brush. The model has very, very natural eyebrows, so I'm just going to go for a colorless eyebrow gel this time. Bronzing seems to be quite a thing in the photo. Well, photo, sort of more like drawing as well. Anyway, I'm going to use the Big Bold bronzing powder by Noir Color, which I've had for years and it's just not going anywhere. As usual, I almost forgot my under eye area, so for that I'm just going back to the makeup palette and this brush by Eco Tools. Perfect little brush for the under eye because it has a small side and a slightly fluffier side, so yeah, it's just all you need. I'm going to use the middle shade that I used first. Pretty much putting that all the way to halfway in the lower lash line. Then moving on to the darker shade I used, and I'm only putting this in the outer corner. Just a little bit to darken it up. And then back to the transition shade on the fluffy side, and I'm going to use that just to blend it out. Pretty far towards the inner corner. And then of course also some mascara on the bottom lashes. And also a second layer on the top lashes, while we'll edit it anyway. For blush it seems to be quite natural, so I'm only putting it like right above the shaper and bronzer. I'm using a nude shade by Essence. And I'm just going to avoid the apples with the cheeks, those seem to stay pale, so I'm only blending it upwards slightly. Like so. For highlighter, I don't really see a lot of highlighter in the picture because it's more of a drawing really. But I'm gonna edit anyway. I'm using this one by Kiko. This one is also going into my, well, underneath my eyebrow and slightly into my inner corner. For setting spray I'm going to use the matte setting spray by NYX. I'm finally starting to enjoy actually spraying things at my face, so finally. The lipstick she's wearing seems to be sort of a brown, warm, reddish color, so I'm going to use this one by Rimmel. This is Burning Desire, which also happens to be one of my favorite lipsticks. So here's the final result. Yeah, actually, I quite like how the face turned out, and I really love the lips. However, like, well, for a start, I think that the eye look actually looks better in real life than it does as far as I can see it on camera right now. And me personally, I'm just not much of a fan of the 90s natural sort of unkempt brows. Like, I'm more into the more like Instagram, like, more drawn on eyebrows, I guess. But that's just personal taste. Overall, I do like this look. I would go outside like this. I am going to go outside like this later because I need to do some grocery shopping. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did, please click the like button. It would really help me out. And if you want to, you can also subscribe to my channel. As always, below the video in the description box you can find a whole list of all the products I use, like the entire name of the product, the color code, color name, stuff like that. Just in case it went too quick and you want to, you know more about a certain product I used. You can also find a list of my social media accounts there. I'm mostly active on Instagram, But I'm trying to be more active on things like Snapchat and Twitter as well. I'm really working on that. And yeah, obviously most of it is about makeup. For now, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye!